After 4 years of our boat Why Not being based in Sanford, Florida, we have cast off the lines.
We are setting back off on the Great Loop, and we have no specific agenda ahead of us other than travel north.
Staying on the path that I've chosen, straight up. Come my way, and I'll see you at the top. 'Cause something's gonna happen in this story, and I can feel it coming.
So, if you've been following along for a while, then you know we've been on the road or waterways for 18 years now. And in that time, we have been fairly hypermobile. We might have stayed places for a month or two at a time. One time we stayed somewhere for 5 months at a time. That was like here in Sanford.
5 months in the Virgin Islands. But then when the pandemic hit, and also, we stayed 5 months in Sanford once long ago. But when the pandemic hit, we knew that we wanted to come back to some place that we could shelter in place, and Sanford had called our heart, and we doubled back here, and this has been our home base ever since.
Nomadic base. I think I'll go with nomadic base. So we came back to Sanford, number one, because we're 40 miles inland, so it's got the best odds of hurricane protection. We've had to put that to the test twice.
We've had several hurricanes.
We're close to family here. We're about an hour and a half to 2 hour drive from both of our parents on either coast. It was great for that. And we have friends and community here. And we just love Sanford.
And so making this more and more of an adopted home for us, we just use it as a base for adventures. We take boat trips away. We went as far north as up into Georgia and St. Augustine and stuff, but just down the river. We did a lot of very epic van trips all the way across the country several times from here, but we never gave up our slip. We always kind of had a place to return to for the boat and the van both. And this time, well, just 20 minutes ago, we turned in our keys, and we are no longer Marina leaseholders. We no longer have a slip anywhere. We're back to being truly full nomads.
Yeah, so it's been interesting, the transition. But first, what do we love about Sanford? Some of you have come and visited us here, and you've gotten a taste of it. But Sanford is this little town just north of Orlando. It is on the southern end of the navigable part of the St. Johns River, which starts at Jacksonville and comes down here about 120 miles. Yeah. It is a popular side trip off of the Great Loop.
And it is just a wonderful, wonderful cruising destination. So not a lot of people make the effort to come all the way up the river, but it is gorgeous.
And our first visit here, 5 years ago, we came with a 1-week reservation, and we ended up staying 5 months. We loved it so much. It's just this great historic town that you see right behind us. A couple streets in, you got all these historic buildings that have been all revitalized, thanks in part to the Hollerbach family, who brought in a German restaurant that kind of started a chain reaction of smaller businesses coming in.
A chain reaction with no chains. That's one of the things we love about Sanford, is there really, in the historic area, there are no generic chains. Everything is a local, locally owned business, and there's a great support local vibe, and there's breweries and wineries and a distillery. And
lots of live music, 2 community theaters. Yes. You can go out, that's a popular term, Sanfording, yes, every single weekend. You can do bar hopping to different pubs. You can find great live music everywhere. And then every weekend there's usually a street shut down for some sort of festival.
Usually, sometimes 2 or 3 festivals in a week. I mean, we used to joke that the official Sanford town sign is street closed special event. And they have some amazing special events, like Porch Fest is one of our all-time favorites.
So besides it being a party town, it is have a reputation of being a drinking town with a historic problem. It is actually have a great heart and a great community. We've made some fantastic friends here, both in our marina as well as locally. And then it is also just a great place to be outdoors. We have this amazing waterfront trail that goes all along Lake Monroe. This path we have walked so many times. We've biked it, we've ran it. I'm sure there are tread marks in this path. So this path, hallmark of Sanford. 29 miles around, I think it is.
We've ridden our bikes around it many, many times now. We've run halfway around it several times.
So this has been a great place for us to focus on fitness when we're here. So we got back into running, both of us running, well, him a marathon, me a half marathon, maybe by the end of this year, both of us a marathon. A lot of biking. We've became friends with some bikers in the area, cyclists, not motorbikers, and got into
Bicyclists,
cycling.
yes.
So we've really upped our game with long distance cycling.
And went from dinky little electric bikes to full size, much more fitness focused electric bikes.
So our social calendar here stays very full with either other nomadic friends passing through to catch up with us, people coming to visit, family, locals. It has just been a fabulous home base for us. And our marina, it did take over new management during our stay here. It used to be Monroe Harbor Marina. It is now downtown Sanford Marina.
Yeah, it's owned by the city, and F3 is the company that's managing it for them, and they've been doing a pretty good job and doing a lot of improvements.
Yep, great staff, and we're absolutely spoiled here. We get a great dockage rate for our boat. Our slip has been costing us $685 a month.
Don't let the word secret out. It's
Oh
so
my
good,
God.
such a good deal.
But it includes unlimited power, unlimited water, our live aboard fees. They officially allow live aboard here, and we are just 2 blocks from downtown Sanford. So
Never need to drive.
it has just been, it's like every night we step off the boat and it's like, do we want to go to Belgium? Do we want to go to Germany, to Ireland, we want beer? Do we want wine? What do we want today?
And one perk a lot of boaters will appreciate is the marina has a little honey wagon boat that comes out, and you don't have to pump your poop. They pump your poop for free, automatic. It just happens. It's the way it works here, and it's actually been kind of weird. It's been so long since we've had to pump our own boat out.
Yeah, we just did our final pump out on their pump out dock. It's like, whoa, how do we do this again? So yes, we have been spoiled here. It will be a transition for us to get back used to having to be independent on our solar and our lithium batteries, on our water, and we have a composting toilet now on board that we installed.
Yes.
And so
back to being miserly nomads who are exploring. So why are we leaving again? I don't know.
I know,
It's like, this town is so amazing. All our friends
take
are
us
here.
back?
Yeah, can we go slip? No, we absolutely love this town, but we are nomads at heart, and it's been a while, and we've been itching to get back exploring. And we've been doing it.
We have been, but we bought our boat 7 years ago to do the American Great Loop. We got as far north as Charleston
pre-pandemic,
and then pre-pandemic, and then we ended up circling back here. So it is time for us to resume something that might one day look like we have completed the Great Loop. Is that specific enough?
Yeah, I've always dreamed of getting up into the Canadian canals and boating up there and boating through New York Harbor and Chicago. And I mean, there's so much amazing stuff to see. And well, it's a loop for a reason. We will be back to Florida at some point. So by boat and certainly by van, because we left our vans stored here. So come winter, one way or another, we're going to be back in Sanford.
Oh, look, Sanford's biking acropellist is right behind us. Yay!
Yes.
He's awesome. Brings so much joy. He spends all day biking up and down the waterfront,
singing,
listening to music and singing it, and wishing people a very happy day.
Yes.
And, so it's kind of hard to say goodbye to Sanford. It is not
goodbye.
It is not goodbye, but it is more goodbye than it has been.
Yes. Every other time we've left in the last 4 years, we were keeping our slip. Even if we took the boat out for several months at a time, the slip was here. We were paying for the slip. We had a place to return to. Or when we had on the van trips, the boat was here and we had a place to return to. Now the van is in storage and we're heading north, and we not even know where we're stopping today or for the winter. So who knows? Stay tuned.
We've been asked, how far are you planning to go this year? We don't know yet.
Will we do the whole loop in 1 year? Probably not, but you never know.
So we will be back with more videos. We're going to get more into sharing the journey again, especially now that we're back to boating. So expect more semi-regular videos from us. We will re-explain the Great Loop in a future video, what it is, why we're doing it. We will be sharing segments of it, and most likely we will hightail it to Charleston where we left off, and then slow down the pace from there. Hightail it,
in a boat. In a boat that goes 8 knots. So there's no much speed here.
All right, I think it's time to say thank you, Sanford.
Thank you, Sanford. Oh my God, you won our hearts, and best little town in Florida.
Definitely.
Bye.
We create these videos just for fun, and we love having you along for the ride. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, or if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. See you next time.